Dear students, a very good afternoon to all of you. So last time we were discussing the change of narration, that is from direct to indirect. So we already discussed what is a direct speech, that is a speech which is uh, coined exactly the words used by the speaker, and that is why this type of speech is used under inverted comma. Here you can see it is written, she says, I am a good girl. Now the phrase that is I am a good girl, it is written within inverted comma, which means the speaker here, that is she, has said it, and this is exactly the words which she used. Okay, so that is why it is direct speech. Now in such a speech there are some parts. It is written, as you can see, says, it is a reporting verb, means these verb reports what is being said by the speaker. Who is the speaker? Says. Whichever the word will be there, subject of the verb, the reporting verb, that is says, will be our speaker. And all other thing which is there within the inverted commas, that part will be our direct speech. Now in a direct speech, remember one thing. Here it is written, you can see that I am a good girl, that is direct speech. Now in a direct speech, remember one thing. Let me write it. In a direct speech, remember that first person pronouns will always denote the speaker, and second and third person pronoun, they will always denote the listener. Speaker and listener. Which of the first person pronoun? I, we, I, me, my, we, us, our. All these things will always indicate the speaker of the sentence, especially the speaker who is reporting the thing. All other thing within the inverted comma, whichever the pronouns will be there, that will be determined by, if it is in first person, it will always indicate the speaker, that is she. If it is in other persons, then it will indicate the listener, which is here not present. Later I am showing you how to determine it. So now this is the basic rule, and in order to change it, the thing you have to remember is that at first you have to write up to the comma, or you can call it up to the reporting verb. Then your job is to omit the comma and inverted commas. Then you have to add a linker. In case of an assertive, which is actually the direct speech, if it is in assertive, we will we are going to use that, THAT, as the linker. And then in the direct speech, what you have to do, remember it, that change the pronoun and the verb. How to change the verb? In case of verb, what are you going to do? The tense of the reporting verb will be carry forwarded by the verb in the direct speech. Remember it. Which means if the reporting verb is in present tense, if the reporting verb is in present tense, the verb of the direct speech will be written in present, and in case of the vice versa, which means the opposite, not vice versa, it is actually in case of the reporting verb being in past tense, the verb of the direct speech will also be written in past. Let me show you how. Suppose the same sentence, if I had written there, she said, I am a good girl. Now we have to write it. See, she said, then I'm adding the linker that, then I'm writing I means she. That's why I wrote there she, because the pronoun I, it is first person, it will indicate the speaker, that is she. So I have written there she. Now generally I am, she is, but because said is in past tense, this is, we have to write it in past, that is was. Then the other thing will continue, a good girl. Now come to the first one which I had given you, that is I am a good girl, she says. Okay, I'm writing it. She says. Says means it is written in present tense. I am a good girl. Okay. So, how are you supposed to write it in indirect? She says that she is a good girl. Why I had written there is? Because says, that is the repeating verb, is in present tense. That's why the verb of the direct speech must be written in present. Now, here one thing comes. Let me tell you. Sometimes listener is added. How? Suppose I'm writing, Ratul says to his friend that, here within inverted comma, I wish to kill you. Okay. Now you tell me one thing. Who is the speaker? Ratul. Who is the listener? His friend. So now, in case of says to, now here you remember one thing, one rule. If the reporting verb takes to with it, to with it, what we have to do here, we have to change it. We have to change it. How to change it? If it is say to, then we have to write there tell. If it is says to, we have to write there tells. If it is written in past, that is said to, we have to write there told. So now come back to the question. What was it? It was written that Ratul says to his friend, I wish to kill you. I'm coming back to it. Now, what will be its answer? That Ratul says to will be omitted, and in its place we have to write tells his friend. Now, here friend is a common noun. It might be a boy or a girl, whoever you prefer. Okay. So Ratul tells his friend, okay, here I wish to kill you, assertive sentence, that's why I made the linker that. Now I, first person pronoun, Ratul. Ratul is a boy. It is the name of a boy as far as I know. So we can write there he. Now I wish, he wishes. Because tells is written in present tense, I have to make the wish present tense. That means wishes, third person singular number takes es after it. To kill you, who is the you? His friend. His friend, if it is a boy, then you have to write there him. If it is a girl, you have to write there her. That's how it is done. Understood? That's how it is done. Now revise these things very carefully, all the things which I had discussed here. After that we will come back to the special rule regarding the change of narration of assertive sentence when both the reporting verb and the verb of the direct speech are written in past. Then only we have to decide what to do. Okay, that's all for today, students. We will meet again. Tata.